3, 2, 1.
Meow, 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 meow. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Be Kind podcast, part of the Animal Advocates mission to create a more compassionate, loving world for all living creatures, big, small, tall, all good things, all good creatures. We love them, and they should be loved. As a reminder, you can find us wherever podcasts are sold, on Google, Apple, and Spotify. So if you haven't already, please hop onto one of those and subscribe and follow our podcast. And today I am joined by actually 3 people, Melissa, John, and Dieter, 3 of my fellow board members at the Animal Advocates, and we just wanted to get together and have a post-lunch debrief and hype up Vegan Restaurant Week. Hey, everyone.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello.
So full disclosure, we just finished eating lunch over at Roost Uncommon Kitchen in York, and for me, it was the first time I've ever had just egg, which, the way I describe it, just eggs kind of like mediocre normal eggs, which I guess is good. I mean, there's definitely possibilities there, and it reminded me of eggs, so it was kind of neat. And there were hash browns and biscuits, and that was about it. The hash browns were sliced potatoes, and the biscuit was an English muffin, actually. There's a difference, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And it was all good. I enjoyed it. It was a nice change of pace, and I now can say I've tried Just Egg and show it off to non-vegans to try and get them to become vegan. Those are my thoughts. I can go more in depth, but I think it might be a little more interesting if other people talk about food. So, Melissa, I think you had the most interesting...
I did. I think it's called Flower Power. It's one of their normal specials, and they veganized it for York Vegan Restaurant Week. My attraction to it was that it had a vegan buttermilk biscuit that was the base of everything. And I'm a bit of a breadaholic, so I definitely needed to try that out. But it was really good. They had a country-style gravy on it with a little bit of mushroom onion gravy. I was really impressed with that because sometimes when you don't know vegan cooking, that can be a little weird with gravy, but they did it really well. Kind of had a kitchen sink vibe to it where it just had some fried cauliflower and hash browns and a biscuit and gravy, all kinds of stuff, but it was very good. And a little Just Egg patty on top. For those of you that aren't quite as familiar with Just Egg, it's delicious as a base, but definitely needs to be spiced up a bit depending on what you're doing with it. But very good overall.
Yeah, it's a much better egg substitute when there are other flavors going on. If you just made scrambled Just Egg, it's a little on the bland side. It doesn't quite fit the bill, but it's passable.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think, the closest to egg substitute that's on the market, so definitely go in the right direction.
How does it compare to, let's say, a tofu scramble type thing?
I haven't had just a plain scramble of Just Egg, but I think the texture is closer to a scrambled egg. I think tofu scrambles you can usually spice up a little bit more interesting, but you can do the same when you use a base of Just Egg. You just have to remember to do so.
Yeah, I think the texture is closer, and the way it cooks is closer. Like it kind of cooks in in layers, like the layer on the pan solidifies while the top is still runny, just like an egg does. But flavor-wise, Just Egg is more egg-like, but just a plain tofu scramble probably tastes better, I would say. Just because the Just Egg is just really kind of bland. What it's missing is like that sulfury, eggy part of the egg. A lot of people use kala namak. It's like an Indian black salt that has naturally occurring sulfur in it, and they'll cook it with some of that to hit that note in the flavor.
Yeah, I've never done the Just Egg without that because it's much better. It just kicks it up a notch.
But it is fluffier than a tofu scramble, though, I think.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
It's good, though. I mean, it gets the job done.
Yeah, it's maybe a hair less yellow than straight-up scrambled eggs. But color and smell aside, you wouldn't really be able to tell the difference, I don't think, too well.
John, what'd you have?
I had a faux chicken sandwich, but it was actually just fried cauliflower with a tomato and some kind of mayo. I'm not really quite sure what brand it was, but it was good. It was a little sloppy looking, but it was edible. I enjoyed it. And it also came with a side of potato chips, which can't go wrong with those. So that was good. Yeah, everything was good. Pretty simple.
Just so circling back a little bit to Just Egg, what is it made out of?
Mung beans.
Yeah.
Sprouted mung beans.
That sounds healthy?
I don't think it's horribly unhealthy, but it's not exactly a whole plant food either.
Do they have any egg substitutes that are like over easy eggs that you can press the top of and stuff oozes out?
There's the Veg in they're actually, the guy who created it is from Pennsylvania, but like I think he's internationally out there like selling the stuff. But yeah, it's basically an egg yolk. I don't know what it's made out of or anything, but it's completely vegan and it looks like an egg yolk. It's crazy.
When I am like wanting egg yolky type brunch, Chef Sky, the gentle cook, I think is what he goes by, has a really good broken yolk recipe, and it has a little bit of that culinomic in it to give it that eggy flavor, and that's what I usually use when I'm going for that vibe, because I haven't come across a off-the-shelf product that has the yolk texture.
Yeah, I don't know anyone who's had the Veg, but I'm assuming it's good. I mean, it seems to be doing well. So it's hard to find around here. I think that's why we never see it. It's just he kind of branched out to other places and didn't bother with us.
Good, we didn't want it anyway.
Yeah. So Dieter, what did you have?
I had the falafel smash burger and some seasoned curly fries. But I failed to assemble my burger correctly because it's actually a double-decker burger, but since we got takeout, since technically they're not dining in and we were just out on their patio furniture in front of the restaurant, it came in the container as what looked like a sandwich and then a pile of lettuce with an extra falafel patty on it. But after I finished eating it, underneath the lettuce was another bun, so it's supposed to be like a double-decker Big Mac type arrangement.
That's what you get for not eating your iceberg lettuce.
Yeah, anyway.
I usually do eat my garnish. I just eat it after, like I pick at the garnish after I've eaten the rest of the food.
Well, you missed out.
Yeah.
Everybody can always use another half a bun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Everybody's food looked really good.
So it's Vegan Restaurant Week here in York, and that was just one restaurant that's participating in it. I think 10-ish or so.
Yeah, right around there.
And John, you've already went to 2 places now, right?
Actually, no. Well, yeah, technically 2. I just came from Roost. But yesterday I had Nittany Pizza. It was awesome. So it's called the Nasty Pizza, or Naughty Pizza. Sorry, not Nasty. Or not Nat. Sorry, it's the Naughty Vegan. That's what it's called.
Miss Pizza if you're nasty.
Yeah. And it was, the sauce was like ranch or something.
I think that's what it said.
Yeah,
in the
it's
description.
ranch with potato chips and Gardein chicken with chives sprinkled on top. It sounds weird. It is weird, but it's delicious. And I never thought of putting like potato chips. Like they actually put the potato chips in the oven with them. Like they're already made potato chips, and then they just put them back in there and bake them, and they're like super crispy and like, oh, it was definitely interesting and really good. And then I had some kind of barbecue cheesy fries. Those are really good. But yeah, it was interesting. It was really good.
Between Melissa's and yours, it sounds like they're just pulling a bunch of random vegan stuff out of their pantries and throwing it on.
It sounds like those potato chips would add a nice texture, because sometimes pizza can all be kind of the same soft texture.
Yeah, it definitely adds something to it. I don't know how to explain it. You got to try it. It's really good.
Yeah, I can't. Potato chips on pizza doesn't compute, even though I was always like the kid in school that would put the chips on their sub or their sandwich all the time.
Well, usually when I go to Nittany, I put my French fries on my pizza, which, whatever. I think that's a Pittsburgh thing. I'm not.
They put their fries on everything.
Yeah, that's a Pittsburgh thing.
Fries and coleslaw. Permanente Brothers in York, they're Pittsburgh based, and their big thing is French fries and coleslaw on their sandwiches.
Yeah, I never got like Pennsylvania regional cuisine. It's like on the eastern end of the state, everybody's proud of the Philly cheesesteak, which is just like a greasy, nothing special sandwich. Mm-hmm. And then on the western end of the state, it's the Permanente Brothers sandwich, where it's like, oh, we put your sides on the sandwich for you. It's like, oh, okay.
See, when I think of Pittsburgh food, I think of more the Eastern European, Polish sort of. Right. So there's a lot of that in Pittsburgh. And growing up, that's what I loved to do.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of that, like Allentownish way, kind of like a little northwest of Philly. There's a big up through Shamokin and Coal Country.
So what other cool things does Vegan Restaurant Week have? I poked at the menu a little bit, but I commit too much to memory. I did see a lot of it's in Penn Market.
Yeah, if you can make it out there, there's, I think, 4 or 5 different vendors inside. Nana's Oven, like always, looks like it has some amazing treats.
Viet Thai has 2 new special sushi rolls for Vegan Restaurant Week.
And they're definitely my favorite sushi in the area, Viet Thai.
Real sushi? Or, I mean, when I say real, I mean vegan sushi that isn't just a cucumber roll.
Yes.
Yeah, they go all out. It's good.
And their vegan pho is back on the menu.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's usually available off menu if they have the resources or the broth ready.
Yeah, that's a good tip. If you're ever going to Viet Thai, always ask, because they usually have some off-menu vegan items that they can hook you up with.
So now you all know about the secret vegan menu at Viet Thai, which is not so secret apparently.
Now it's not going to be available when I go.
Yep, so that's our adventures in Vegan Restaurant Week so far. Any other thoughts on that or any thoughts on vegan food?
Fig and Barrel is another one I'm looking forward to. They did a one-off event for us maybe last year sometime and really hit it out of the park. So I'm going to definitely hit that up again. I know there's a number of them, so definitely wanting to support the local restaurants that have had such a tough year. If they're supporting us with vegan food, we'll definitely have to support them back.
Definitely.
I think Penn Market's vegan vendors are already basically sold out, so that's always good to see.
Yeah. Yeah, and Get Hype had, speaking of egg substitutes, had a homemade vegan egg foo young.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
On their menu.
Nice.
What does iRise's menu have? Because I love their chickpea tofu over there.
I think I saw that on that menu.
Yeah, it doesn't look a whole lot different than her regular menu, but her stuff is always so good. Deep fried oyster mushrooms, a veggie platter, pineapple stir fry, grilled peaches, chickpea tofu tacos, lentil tacos, chickpea omelets, fried burro bananas and veggies, and seed moth smoothies. So her specials.
And Victor likes it too.
You're making him hungry.
He's always hungry.
Yeah.
He is very overweight.
Yeah. Oh, and while I've got my browser up here, the Viet Thai sushi specials. They have a golden dragon roll, which is tofu, cucumber, avocado, mango, topped with eel sauce and spicy mayo, which is vegan, and a sweet potato roll that's sweet potato, avocado, vegan cream cheese, topped with spicy vegan mayo.
Yum.
Oh, and the fried cheesecake is back too. That was really good last year.
Nice.
Is that exactly what it sounds like?
Yeah, it's is it wrapped in like kind of a spring roll wrapper?
Yeah, like a
And
wonton.
yeah.
It was really good.
Can't say I've ever craved a fried cheesecake, but it does sound pretty good.
I had a bite last time. I think I stole a bite from one of these two. It was pretty good.
Yes.
I'm always so full after a Viet Thai meal, though.
Right. Yeah, it was hard to take in because I was just...
Yeah, their portions are always very generous there.
Yeah.
I remember back when I was a skinny young guy, I would like eat half of my meal there, and now I'm a member of the Clean Plate Club. And
You're not being gluttonous, you're supporting local business. Dude.
right,
That's right.
exactly.
So that's Vegan Restaurant Week in York. To find out more, get involved, just head on over to Facebook and look up Vegan Restaurant Week in York, and you should be able to find it no problem. Find a menu, go out and support a local vegan business.
Also, if we're doing a little plug for York Vegan Restaurant Week, we have to thank Anna DeCosmo, who worked really hard with all of the restaurants to put it together the last couple years.
Yes, absolutely. She's the best, and she's been on the episode. She's had her an episode too, and we talked about it. And she's great. We love having her on. Good person.
Yeah. So, how, is there a non-sexist way to say Anna is the man? Like, how do you?
Anna is the queen of
She's just the
vegan
but
restaurant.
there's no general neutral equivalent phrase, I don't think.
Anna is an amazing individual.
Yeah, but it's not. It's like
Anna is the individual.
there's just not a directly interchangeable phrase, which is kind of weird.
Yeah. You have to change that
Because
somehow.
usually you don't have to stretch too far to find an equivalent. But
Work on that, Dieter. I believe in you.
She's the
Make it so.
woman.
Yeah, well, that's it. Have any questions or comments, just send a Facebook message over to the Animal Advocates Facebook page or email us at bekindpodcast@gmail.com.
Bye.
3, 2, 1.
Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.